The divorce papers she handed me were her power move, until she opened the box I brought her. Hi everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining us. Today's story is about betrayal, resilience, and the power of staying silent until the moment really counts. Let's get into it. My name is Marcus Wells. And the day my wife handed me divorce papers in front of her entire family, thinking she had the upper hand, she had no idea I came prepared with a little gift of my own. What no one knew, not her smug parents, not even her arrogant brother, was that I had already made my move weeks before they made theirs. But to understand what led to that moment, we need to go back. How I met Claire. I met Claire on a rainy Wednesday. I owned a modest auto repair shop. Nothing flashy, but it was mine. That day she walked in with car trouble. Something about a rattling noise in her engine. She told me her usual garage was fully booked, and mine was just a backup. Funny how life works, because that backup choice became the start of our story. We clicked instantly. She was smart, polished, and ambitious. Worked at a growing tech startup. Fixed her car. We chatted. Left. But a few days later she messaged me. From there things moved fast. Texts turned into calls, and calls turned into dates. Eventually we were a couple. The shift after marriage. For the first year or two things were good. Not perfect but steady. We were learning each other, building something. But there was always one thing hanging over us, her family. They never accepted me. I wasn't from the right background, didn't have a fancy degree, and worse, I worked with my hands. Claire's family were academics, consultants, engineers. I was just a mechanic in their eyes. At dinners I was invisible. At holidays I was tolerated. I told myself, they don't have to love me. Claire does. That's what matters. But what I didn't see then, what I was blind to, was how deeply Claire was influenced by them. She never defended me. She never even tried to stand up for me. And the more her career took off, the more distant she became. Success that divided us. Claire got promotion after promotion. I was genuinely proud of her. I threw her a surprise dinner when she became a department lead. But soon that success became the wedge. She worked late, missed dinner. Weekends disappeared into conferences, networking events, emergency team meetings. I was still running the shop, keeping the lights on. I never felt insecure about our income gap. I thought we were a team. But slowly that team started to crumble. She'd say things like, maybe you should expand. Other mechanics are opening franchises. Or worse, Michelle's husband just got into real estate. He's thinking big. Those weren't suggestions. They were comparisons. And then came the hardest blow. The day we visited the doctor after she thought she was pregnant. She wasn't. The doctor was kind but blunt. Claire's stress level was too high for her body to even consider preparing for pregnancy. He said plainly, something has to give. But Claire didn't change anything. Not one thing. She left the clinic answering work emails like nothing happened. That's when I began to feel like I was the only one holding the rope in a tug-of-war she had already walked away from. The final straw. One night I brought up couples therapy. She exploded. She said I was dragging her down. That I couldn't handle her success. Then she looked me dead in the eye and said, my parents were right. You were never a good match. That hit like a freight train. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I listened. Because in that moment, I finally understood she wasn't confused. She wasn't lost. She had made up her mind, she just hadn't told me yet. The discovery. A few weeks later, after another late night out, Claire fell asleep with her phone in hand. I glanced at the screen. A message preview glowed on the lock screen from a name I recognized. Eli, her coworker. I unlocked it, and I saw everything. Conversations about how soon she'd leave me. How he couldn't wait for them to start fresh. How she wished she had met him earlier. I scrolled in silence. No tears. No rage. Just cold, clear clarity. That night I took screenshots. Backed up everything. And the next day I hired a private investigator. building my case. It didn't take long. Within days I had video proof. Her leaving Eli's apartment, them out together, hands where they shouldn't be. I collected call logs, late-night messages, and even recorded one of her rants where she refused therapy and accused me of being the problem. I wasn't doing this out of vengeance. I was doing it to protect myself, because I knew how this would play out if I didn't have the receipts. Then I filed for divorce. But I didn't serve her right away. Waited. Christmas morning. We always spent Christmas at her parents' place, where I was usually ignored. But this year, I showed up quiet. Focused. Claire handed me a neatly wrapped envelope with this smug little smile. I opened it. Divorce papers. She had filed just days earlier, thinking she was striking first. Her family laughed. Triumphant. Like they were watching me fall apart. But I didn't flinch. Smiled back. Reached behind the chair, pulled out my own gift box. Handed it to her. Inside. My signed divorce papers. Photos of her and Eli. Arms around each other, mouths where they didn't belong. Printouts of their messages. And a USB stick. I leaned forward and said, "You'll want to watch that when you're alone. There's video." The room went dead silent. Claire's face turned ghost white. I stood up, looked around the room and said, "You were right. I was never what you wanted for her. But I was loyal. And I won't let you humiliate me." Then I walked out. The aftermath. The divorce wasn't smooth. Claire tried to spin the story. Said I was controlling, lazy, bitter. But the court saw the evidence. And here's the twist. Because she earned more, and I proved emotional and marital misconduct, she had to pay me a settlement. Assets were split, but I walked away better than she ever expected. She lost more than just the marriage. She lost the narrative. Moving forward, she tried calling, texting, blaming me, mocking me. I didn't answer a single message. Eventually I blocked her. And as I rebuilt my life, I carried one truth with me. Even if someone sees you as not good enough, it doesn't mean you have to prove them wrong. Sometimes you just wait, then hand them the truth in a little black box. If you took something from this story, drop your thoughts below. And if you've ever had to stay quiet until the perfect moment, tell us how it played out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.